Assyrian Genocide, Shadows of Forgotten Suffering. The Assyrian community in the Ottoman Empire was a vibrant mosaic of culture and faith, deeply rooted in the ancient lands of Mesopotamia. Their presence was a testament to centuries of civilization and coexistence. As the political climate in the Ottoman Empire began to shift, the Assyrians found themselves in an increasingly precarious situation. Nationalism and empire-wide reforms ignited tensions, setting the stage for conflict. The term genocide painfully applies to the Assyrian tragedy, defining the systematic attempt to annihilate an entire people. Their suffering underlines the brutal reality of a term that encompasses the darkest aspects of human action. Key figures in the Ottoman Empire played pivotal roles in the persecution of the Assyrians. Their actions were influenced by a complex web of motives, driven by power, ideology, and a desire to reshape the empire. Before the genocide, Assyrian life was rich with tradition, their identity closely tied to their religion and cultural practices. This vibrant way of life became the very target of the forces that sought to erase them. The initial attacks on Assyrian villages marked the ominous start of hostilities. These raids were not random acts of violence, but a prelude to a systematic campaign aimed at the Assyrian community. Survivors recount the horror of these first assaults with vivid detail. Their stories paint a grim picture of destruction and fear, serving as a haunting testament to the brutality they endured. As violence escalated, it became evident that the Assyrian communities were being systematically targeted. This wasn't merely conflict. It was an organized effort to decimate a culture, a clear sign of the atrocities to come. The Young Turks, the ruling party in the Ottoman Empire, played a pivotal role in orchestrating the genocide. Their policies and directives laid the groundwork for the widespread persecution of the Assyrians. The Ottoman Empire employed both legal and illegal justifications to carry out the genocide. These pretexts ranged from military necessity to outright fabrications, aiming to legitimize the unconscionable acts committed against the Assyrian people. The use of death marches became a sinister tool for extermination during the Assyrian Genocide. Families were forced to trek across desolate terrains without food, water, or rest, leaving a trail of the deceased in their wake. Eyewitness accounts from these marches paint a picture of unimaginable horror. Survivors recount the haunting echoes of the dying and the relentless march towards oblivion, with many succumbing to the harsh conditions long before reaching their grim destinations. The genocide took on a religious dimension, presenting Assyrians with a harrowing choice: conversion to Islam or death. This ultimatum not only sought to annihilate their physical presence, but aimed to erase their religious and cultural identity. As violence escalated, Assyrian villages came under siege, turning into battlegrounds for survival. The community's desperate defense against their aggressors highlighted their resilience but also underscored the tragedy of their overwhelming losses. Amidst this backdrop of brutality, the international community's reaction was tepid at best. The lack of a decisive response to the Assyrian genocide not only emboldened perpetrators, but also left a deep scar on the collective memory of the Assyrian people. Desperate attempts of escape and survival marked the harrowing experience of Assyrian families. They traversed dangerous terrains, seeking refuge in neighboring countries or remote areas where the Ottoman Empire's grasp could not reach them. The aftermath of the genocide was devastating, leaving a gaping wound in the Assyrian community. The loss of life was immense, with countless others displaced, their cultural heritage and ancestral lands almost erased from history. The struggle for recognition has been an uphill battle for the Assyrian community. Despite the overwhelming evidence, the Turkish government continues to deny the occurrence of the genocide, hindering efforts to heal and remember. The impact of the genocide on surviving Assyrian communities is profound. Dispersed across the globe, they strive to keep their culture and language alive, against the backdrop of a tragedy that sought to eliminate their identity. Memory and oral histories play a pivotal role in preserving the story of the Assyrian Genocide. Survivors and their descendants pass down harrowing accounts, ensuring that the atrocities committed are neither forgotten nor repeated. The uncovering of photographs and documents from the era serves as a poignant reminder of the Assyrian Genocide. These artifacts offer tangible evidence of the atrocities committed, bridging the past with the present and lending a voice to the voiceless victims. They are crucial for historians and researchers, providing insights into the events that unfolded during this dark chapter in history. The ongoing search for justice is not just a legal battle, but a fight for recognition and remembrance. Efforts to bring the Assyrian Genocide to the forefront of international consciousness are vital in ensuring that such atrocities are never forgotten. Survivors and their descendants continue to seek acknowledgement and reparations, hopeful that one day their pain will be officially recognized. The psychological impact of the genocide on generations of Assyrians cannot be overstated. Stories from descendants of survivors reveal a deep-seated trauma that permeates through families, a reminder of the resilience and suffering of a community that refuses to be silenced. These narratives contribute to a collective memory that is both a testament to survival and a call to action. Educational efforts play a key role in ensuring that the Assyrian Genocide is not relegated to the footnotes of history. By incorporating this genocide into curricula, educators can foster a more informed and empathetic understanding among future generations, promoting tolerance and preventing the repetition of past mistakes. The role of media and documentaries in shedding light on forgotten genocides is increasingly significant. Through compelling storytelling and visual documentation, these platforms have the power to engage a global audience, sparking conversations and action towards recognizing and remembering the plight of the Assyrians alongside other marginalized groups who have suffered similar fates. Understanding the Assyrian Genocide within a global context underscores the universal tragedy of such events. It allows us to see patterns of persecution and the dire consequences of silence and inaction by the international community. Remembrance days and memorials dedicated to the victims serve as poignant reminders of the past. They not only honor those who suffered, but also act as a stark warning against the dangers of hatred and intolerance. Advocacy for recognition and remembrance of the Assyrian Genocide is crucial. Everyone can contribute to this cause, whether by educating others, supporting Assyrian communities, or simply acknowledging their history and pain. Reflecting on the legacy of the Assyrian community reminds us of the resilience of the human spirit. Their story is a testament to the strength found in unity and the enduring power of cultural and religious identity. A call for peace and tolerance, coupled with the diligent documentation of history, is essential in preventing future atrocities. Remembering the Assyrian Genocide is not just about honoring the past, but also about safeguarding the future. Until next time, please like, share, and subscribe.